We are setting out on one of our craziest long-distance adventures ever here on At Your Leisure. And we're inviting you to get crazy with us. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth. Follow us into the West Desert with our guide, Bruce Stedman, as we find hot springs, cold springs, marble slot canyons, historical sites, and tropical fish. And that's only half the adventure.
From there, Stephen Heumann rides a new trail system that will change how you think about Tooele. On the outdoors, right now with AYL.
This is gorgeous out here. Hi everybody, I'm Rhea Rossi Booth. Welcome to At Your Leisure.
And I'm Chad Booth, and we are out somewhere in the Great Basin area of... You're eating your donut, aren't you?
Yummy. You can't go for a wheeling without a sprinkled donut.
We're out somewhere near where the Salt Flats end, headed south in Tooele County. There is a surprising amount of history and there's a surprising amount of geography and geology out here in this area. And our goal today is to take you out and show you some of that. We have a full itinerary.
I know, we're gonna look for some beautiful hot springs. And you know what? I think I smell them. And I see some steam rolling off in the horizon, so I know we're close.
Oh, there's so much more to see between now and then. Our guide today, of course, is Bruce Stedman.
Oh yes, our good friend Bruce Stedman with Stedman Recreation. He's got his two grandsons with us, and we really got one heck of a guide because this guy grew up out here.
That's true. It's a big county. We've got a lot.
I
We'll
know.
find him.
I need my binoculars.
Well, we had a pretty good excursion on the West Desert. Left Vernon, come across the desert, across Simpson Springs, come out to the hot pots at the tip of Fish Springs, and then we come over to Gerald's Ranch out here in the Snake Valley, and then we went to the hot springs, then just come through the Marble Canyon here, the Slot Canyon, and we've had quite a day. It's been fun. There's lots of roads. We come in on Tooele County Road, which heads straight to Callio. That's the main road. Halfway across there, or 3/4 of the way, when you get just out of Callio, there's a road that turns down to the IPP plant. That's the best road to get to this valley. That's where all the locals go shop, is in Delta, because that's a very good road getting down there. They keep that graded really good.
When we were headed out here, I told Grandpa, I was like, you know, when you think of Utah, you think of Salt Lake, you think of Utah County, you think of the hustle and bustle of everyday life, but you know, 100 miles out in the desert and you're out in the vast country. And it's something that my grandpa's been talking about for 50 years. Well, for 30 years now since I've been born. And between him and my dad, when they get together, they're always talking about the desert. It's a wonderful opportunity to make it out here and to see these areas, see the adventures that they've enjoyed.
I love doing all these adventures with my family. I think it's awesome that we're able to come in and enjoy nature out here and be able to do it with the people that we love.
I'd like for my grandkids at least see some of this stuff that I have in my brain, because who knows, I'm going to be dead one day, and if they don't see some of this, it's going away, you know. So I would like to share some of these fun things in this planet that's out here within a couple 100 miles from Tooele. When our posterity goes in the ground, a lot of stuff goes with them unless they write it down, and you can't write down a lot of this stuff. So it's great that we're filming some of it.
And you know how Grandpa is. He likes to tell stories, and you don't hear the true story till you hear it from Grandpa, you know. And to be able to hear those stories, it's something that I will never take for granted. I have two kids myself, and to be able to pass it on to them and to know that my grandpa had a love for this West Desert is something that is a treasure and something that I hold close.
And of course, the thing that always is fun is stopping along the way, because there are always fun things to do, like the Pony Express station here at Simpson. Now, the FFA, Future Farmers of America, Tooele County, got together to help BLM rebuild this site here. This is where the Pony Express guys used to just kick their way across the country.
Isn't this so cool?
Well, right now it's time for us to catch up with Steve Heumann. He's out here in Tooele County as well. And he's kind of doing the Pony Express thing today too, except he's just got a few more horses at his disposal.
Well, thanks, Chad and Rhea. I'm Stephen Heumann, and I am just east of you guys over the mountain. And I am on a spur of the Pony Express Trail that's actually a brand new trail system that is being inaugurated today. It's called the Prospector Trail, and I am going to show it off to you, so follow me.
Prospector Trail is a complex of 864 miles. 430 miles of it is marked with established routes. Most of it at this point is on B County roads that are gravel maintained by our road department. And we have a map now. We have a kiosk here. We're inviting responsible people to act responsible and come and use it.
Well, it's been a great cooperative effort between Tooele County, Utah County, and Juab County, and of course the State Parks and Recreation. We're just thrilled to have this all put together and grateful for bringing it all together and giving people a map and a marked trail, and so they know where they're at and where they're going.
You know where you can ride your OHV and just go out there and have a good time, take the family, and just have fun.
The Prospector OHV Backway Complex has been in development for the past 10 years, stretching out south of Tooele into the hills and historic venues of Utah's Forgotten Corners. With over 800 miles currently marked and added to the system, and more in the planning stages for future additions, Prospector has the potential to become the largest trail complex in the state. Many of the roads are passable by car and truck, since it is maintained by the county, but branches head off into more difficult terrain appropriate for ATVs and side-by-sides. Right from the first mile, we're introduced to landscapes that challenge your perception of Tooele County and the West Desert as a whole. Streams and reservoirs add a diversity of color to what one normally imagines would be a pale and lifeless palette. Cottonwood trees tower over a world on the cusp of spring as buds begin to poke out toward the sun, waiting for their inevitable bloom. It's immediately apparent that there is more to this land than outsiders and even lifelong residents would imagine.
I grew up in Tooele, and I'm still surprised at some of the trails that I haven't known about.
This is the Old West. You've got everything from wild horses to the history of Porter Rockwell. You can get on your motorized vehicle, on your horse, your bicycle, and really walk back in time. We try to do everything in a loop so people can go out, enjoy themselves, and come back. Our mapping system is so they will be safe. They know whether they have to have water, all that type of thing. But the serenity is amazing.
We have some ghost towns that exist out here. We also have wildlife viewing opportunities that exist, rock hounding if you're into that, geocaching, and so what a great way to take a day away from the hustle and bustle that exists and come out into the West Desert and experience and explore, very similar like Lewis and Clark.
Trail maps are available online at TooeleCountyTrails.com or in person at retailers like Stedman's Recreation on Main Street in Tooele. It's always great to get out and explore a new area on your ATV or in your 4x4, and now it's easier than it has ever been out here in the wilds of the Old West. The invitation is there to set out toward the horizon with adventure in your sights.
It's a great way to have a social experience. So you can bring your family. It's not that far of a drive. You're 45 minutes to an hour away from the Wasatch Front. And so it's a great opportunity to come out, get away, escape for 3 to 4 hours, and some very, very awesome riding opportunities that exist and build some quality family memories.
It's just nice because you take your kids out there, they're not glued to their electronic devices. You go out and you have fun. Seems like they're happier hanging out together, and it's just good quality family time.
So there you have it, the Prospector Trail, what could potentially become the largest trail system in Utah. 800 miles of exploration possibilities, and it's really easy to access too. We just hit it out of Vernon, which is just south of Tooele. There's a staging area there. You can also hook up from the Pony Express Trail and from 5 Mile Pass. All kinds of areas to come out here and explore. Bring your family out here for a weekend or a week. You guys will not regret it. Well, we need to take a commercial break. When we come back, Reagan Ledbetter is going to show us some alternative s'mores.
Family time, friend time, your time. You've been thinking about getting a machine, but which one is right for you? An ATV, side-by-side, or dirt bike? Stedman's Recreation has Utah's largest selection of Honda, Polaris, Yamaha, and Beta machines. See them all at Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Need a tune-up, new tires, or want a winch? Stedman's Service Department can help.
Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. You may think it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's only 30 miles back.
There's a little place on a Utah map where I was raised, where my heart's at, where the sagebrush grows wild and high, and the stars come out at night. Oh, there ain't nothing like being raised in the basin with a Ute reservation, skiing starvation, that Duchesne County life.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Take it to the next level with Polaris. Whether you're chasing unforgettable memories, manhandling a mountain of work, or pushing the limits of work and play, we've got the perfect machine built just for you. Now's the time to get rebates up to $2,000 during the Polaris Spring Sales Event.
Have you ever wanted to go on a vacation to Mars? What about a visit to the Old West? Impossible, right? Well, forget what you think is real. In southern Utah's Kane County, other worlds are just an ATV ride away. The Old West lives on in every sunset. From the downtown streets of Little Hollywood to the vistas that have inspired the world. Never find yourself closer to home and yet farther than you've ever been. Southern Utah's Kane County, where anywhere is possible.
Welcome back to AYL. I'm Reagan Ledbetter, and we are having treats today. Ryan is here from Camp Chef. You're speaking my language, Ryan.
This is s'more stuff.
S'more stuff.
S'more stuff.
This is the coolest contraption you've ever seen, though. He hooks it up and turned it on. And I said, it's not that easy.
It's an easy campfire, and you don't go away having that smoky smell. I don't have to haul wood everywhere. I can use it in my backyard.
I
or
don't
in a
ever want a
campsite.
campfire again. I want this. Ryan is not doing traditional. Look, do you see we don't even have any like just regular chocolate up here? We've got some strawberries. We have your, what's this, Rye?
Peanut butter cups.
Oh, yeah. Okay, these are Ghirardelli, and there's caramel.
Caramel inside.
Inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're smart. And these mints. I've never done this before.
That's a little twist. That's a little bit different than your normal s'more.
Thinking outside the box here.
Yeah.
And then some Nutella, which I love it. You're roasting.
So you know how they do it in Sandlot. He always says when the mallow's flaming. You know,
oh,
and then
yeah,
he pulls it off.
that's what he does.
That's not my thing. I like it golden brown. If you like them burnt, some people like them burnt crispy, put it right in the flame. If you like it golden brown, hold it away from the flame a little bit.
I want to test it a little bit, you know.
We're getting a little color on these marshmallows.
Woo, I got close with that one.
So the roasting sticks come with the fire pit. It also comes with a carry bag. So that way you can throw it in the back of your side-by-side, in the back of your truck, or just keep it on your back patio, however you want to do it. I'm gonna go for the caramel.
You know what, Ryan?
But I'll let you do first choice.
I'm gonna go for all of it.
Oh,
how's that?
Go for it.
I'm gonna do everything.
Okay.
Okay? What if you went like that? What if you do that? We need one more graham cracker, but oh, just
There we
kidding.
go. This is the caramel.
Oh, that's the caramel. You gonna have that one?
Sure, I'll have the caramel.
What if I do the Reese's peanut butter cup with the double marshmallow? Should we do that?
Now these are s'mores by Camp Chef.
Oh my gosh, Ryan. Cheers.
Oh.
Ta-da. So if I want this grill, how do I get it?
So you can find all Camp Chef at Cabela's, Sportsman's Warehouse, most sporting goods stores in the state or across the nation. Or go to campchef.com and you'll be able to find more.
Ryan, this is so good. Can we high five with our little sticks?
That works for me.
Way to go.
Touche.
Best s'more I've ever had, ever. Good job. We'll be right back.
There are certain types of people out there who put everything to the test. For them, we built the Can-Am Maverick XDS with the first factory-installed turbo. It delivers 121 horsepower, impressive suspension travel, and exclusive Fox shocks. It's engineered to ace any test, including yours. Can-Am, the ride says it all.
Color, it's something that can be seen. But have you ever wanted to reach out and touch it? Experience it. In San Juan County, Utah, color comes to life like nowhere else on earth. Color can be more than an abstract. Color can be your gateway to a new world. Visit San Juan County and explore the past, present, and future in a way that you've only dreamed of. San Juan County. Color your experience.
In 1946, Ray City started a business built on exploration and family. He made his customers a promise that they would always find a friend when they walked into a dealership with the name Ray City. Now, 70 years later, that promise is fulfilled every day. We're still all about exploration and family. 70 years is a long time, but we are just getting started. Come in and celebrate our huge anniversary sale. Ray City RV off Riverdale Road in Roy, serving your family since 1946.
This is just fascinating to see all these little tiny organisms crawling around.
Indeed. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We found our ultimate destination for our junkets today. These secret hot springs surrounded by all these beautiful mountains out in the middle of nowhere. I see nothing around us except one bus carcass, 4 pallets, and mountains, trees, and hot springs.
This is absolutely spectacular.
I think there's actually a deeper one here somewhere. Bruce said there's a tub out here somewhere, and it's deep enough for a whole party. So let's go figure out what he's found.
This is the second time I stepped in it. Oh, I didn't see the tires. I didn't see them. Why didn't she tell me?
I used to drive one of these, Rhea.
Oh no, this is gorgeous.
You're in one of those erectile dysfunction commercials.
This is awesome. I could totally sit in this. We've got wild horses out there, and I'm thinking maybe I can lure them in with this apple.
This is the crossroads because we are just as far from Tooele, 105 miles, as we are from Wendover, 104.
This has been the craziest day. First we were out there with the hot springs, like totally trippy, out in the middle of nowhere. And now we're again out in the middle of this desert, nowhere, and there is tropical fish in here. Millions of them.
I'm feeding the fish with my hands. Last to see you live.
Well, we started out our adventure looking at a hot spring just a few short moments ago. We are still on our adventure, but we found a spring that, well, it's not as hot.
No, but it's really cool.
It's definitely way cool. What does this remind you of?
Costa Rica.
Indeed.
This is so trippy. I cannot believe what a day we've had today. There is no way that we could have planned anything that happened.
No, and there's so much more to see.
And y'all can have this much fun because we're going to tell you how to do it.
Right. But right now we are going to tell you how to have fun on a rodeo when you have more than one horse to ride.
Rodeos have been around now for almost 150 years, with cowboys getting bucked into the dirt by horses and bulls while crowds cheer and count those 8 seconds of each ride. Like most sports of its kind, rodeo, though, has evolved over the years. They've added different events like showing roping skills or horsemanship. But now, it's the days of ATVs on the ranch and side-by-sides. And rodeos have changed even more. Many events have replaced the cattle and sheep with tires and carburetors. It's the ATV rodeo, and its popularity is growing at jamborees and OHV gatherings across the country.
All right, tonight behind me is the ATV rodeo, and it can be very amusing. We do have trophies that we've had made that the top 3, the first, second, third place will get trophies for it.
Rodeo started as a way for cowboys and cowgirls to show their skills against their peers in competition. ATV rodeos follow that same principle, but here, instead of tie-down roping and steer wrestling, the competition focuses on proficiency behind the handlebars.
The rules of ATV rodeos vary from event to event, but most of them do include some kind of a purse, money like they have at the traditional livestock rodeos. This financial incentive forces riders to put every effort into winning the different rounds of competition. Many of the challenges are exactly the same as they would be on a horse, except you're on wheels instead of legs.
Just like horse barrels in a rodeo, you have 3 barrels you have to go around in a certain pattern. Fastest time wins. You don't want to go outside the pattern or else you get no time. The second event is poles, and they're a set of poles that are set at equal distance, and you have to do a figure 8 pattern all the way through and all the way back.
What we call it is the blind man race, where the driver is blindfolded and the passenger tells them where to go. Some of them get funny and you see them pointing to go this way, and the driver's blindfolded so he can't see that they're pointing to go that way.
Being as how these are machines instead of animals, you can actually push them a little further. And so, unique obstacles have become the norm at jamborees in the western U.S. In fact, the mud pit is one of the more popular. Riders see how far they can push their machine through difficult terrain. The quad jump is another spectacle that pits rider against rider and machine against machine.
We have a set distance, and basically it's technique as far as jumping. If you're great at jumping, you're probably going to win it. So.
And those jumps not only give the drivers, but the audience as well a shot of adrenaline. But what has become the showstopper at many ATV rodeos is a mixture of Hollywood westerns and good old-fashioned crazy.
What we do in the hide race is you actually have 2 people out in the arena. There's one at the top of the arena, and then you say you're on a 4-wheeler with like a rubber mat behind you, and you pull it around the arena and pick up your partner. Your partner has to jump on. And this is all done by time, so don't stop and hold on for dear life, because you're going around 2 barrels, and once you make it back around them 2 barrels, you have a mud pit you have to go through.
Yeah, it's messy, but it is fun. And that's what rodeos are supposed to be about in the first place. Even the kids get involved. They're performing some of the same stunts as their parents, and they even have some of the same bragging rights. It's become a real family affair now, where all ages are included. Organizers even sometimes just remove the ATVs altogether so the kids can have a good old time getting a little dirty, regardless of their ability to pilot a quad. The rodeo tradition is a celebration of a lifestyle that goes back to the early days of Western expansion. While ATVs and side-by-sides don't quite go back that far, they still fit into that old West style of competition and hard work, just as well as the horses and the bulls. Now, it only stands to reason that their rodeos would be every bit as challenging and fun, and your ATV isn't likely to buck you off with the gusto or try to gore you like a bull would. But you still could end up with some bruises. Yep, it can hurt a little bit. From the trailhead, I'm Terry Wood.
What a great time to get out and ride the ATV and UTV. Summertime's here. However, some of the key things that one can do in order to prevent an accident or an injury on these is to know your machine. Sometimes when you're on an ATV, you have the ability to shift your weight and move around. On a UTV, you're somewhat restricted. Do a couple of things. Read your owner's manual, take an education course, and become familiar with your machine and start slowly. Utah State Parks, adventures for everyone.
Accommodations for this week's episode of AYL were provided by the Red Lion Hotel and Conference Center on Bluff Street in St. George. Great ambiance, great rooms, great breakfast. To find out more and to book rooms for your family, call 435-628-4235.
There's no need to travel far to find that perfect family adventure. Welcome to Yuba Reservoir. Boating, fishing, camping, and ATV trails await your next visit. Join us in Juab County. It'll change your family forever.
Let's be honest, you don't know much about Beaver County.
Well, let me tell you about it. It's the birthplace of outlaw Butch Cassidy and inventor Philo T. Farnsworth. Some of the best skiing in Utah is at Eagle Point. You've got camping, Canyon Breeze Golf Course, Crusher in the Tushers, Beaver Territorial Courthouse, snowmobiling, Renewable Energy, Pioneer Car Show, Squeaky Cheese, Ghost Towns to explore, best water in the country, Paiute ATV trails, Old Frisco Kilns, horse races, hunting, fishing, and it's a good place to live. Beaver County, mountains of fun. I could tell you more, but why don't you come and see it for yourself?
Rhea, what's that over there?
It's a peacock. Oh, but it really is a peacock.
Indeed. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are in Gandy, Utah now, as we have gone through our West Desert exploration, and we're at the Bates Ranch, not to be confused with the Bates Hotel. The Bates Ranch is a private place out here, but you can come out and rent this facility. They got this big grassy meadow, and there's water off in the distance.
And they have a natural hot spring out here too, and that's why people like to come out this direction.
So we have a lot to talk about right now, and we probably ought to get on to our matters of business, calendar of events.
That's right, we got the Rally on the Rocks coming in a few weeks. That's in Moab, lots of fun. If you've ever been there, you know how much fun it is, but if you haven't, check it out.
That's a great opportunity to get your side-by-side out and flex its muscle early in the season.
Yeah, it's perfect weather too.
That's true. Now, another event that we have going on in May is the old school rock crawl in Delta. Now, this is where you take all those rock crawlers, and they've taken the best natural courses from all over the West, and they've remanufactured them all in one site. It's really the best way to enjoy a good weekend of rock crawling, and I might add, lawnmower races.
Let's do that. Okay, now we're going to take a look at next week's show.
For months, we've been teasing our Razor 900 giveaway, and next week, we'll be announcing the winner in epic AYL style. We're racing for the finish line, and at the end is a brand new Polaris machine for one lucky winner. It could be you, so be sure to watch our Razor giveaway special in 1 week right here on AYL.
Well, this is a fitting end for this show today. This is really great. We have found, this kind of looks like the Narrows at Zion's, except what rock is this made out of, Bruce?
It's made out of marble.
A marble Narrows.
It's so smooth. I mean, like, it's really smooth.
It's polished because of the water coming through here. That's what's made it.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk there was so much stuff out here in the West Desert other than an old desert rat
Well,
like
because
you?
I spent a lot of time out here. A lot of fun.
Well, thank you for helping us out today and showing us all these points. This has been phenomenal.
Well, it's great.
It took us a while to get out of here, though, but it was worth the trip.
Well, it is a long ways out here, but this is one place, folks, and it isn't 30 miles back.
It's really 300 miles back.
It's 30 mials to get here, 300 miles home.
Yeah,
Just the opposite.
30 miles to get here might be 300 miles home. However you want to take that.
Just make sure you got plenty of gas.
That's true. Well, thanks to all the Stedmans who showed up on the trip. You guys were a lot of help today to keep all us old timers on the right track. Thank you for coming into our homes every week. And remember,
adventures around every corner.
There are lots of them here that we're going to be looking at. So get out and create your own adventures.
See you next time on At Your Leisure.
Goodbye. All right, Bruce, do we get out of here? I want your opinion, At Your Leisure, viewers. I think this got some miles left in it. I should have been like Ralphie's father and said, time me. Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here, and that way they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.